Hi everybody, Victoria here, author of Zest for Success, owner of the Bookkeeper Hub and senior partner in HBA and Compass. Another day sitting here waiting for the kids and a little bit of information from me to you about how the Bookkeeper Hub used the Zest for Success method to increase its business. So today we're talking about operations. And operations changes a lot depending on the type of business you've got. If you're an online business, a bricks and mortar business, or a retail business, the way that you need to think about how you're going to operate changes. And probably the most important one to think about there is premises. So if you are someone who needs a premises, whether it be for a retail shop, or for people to come in and buy your product, you need to have a think about a couple of things. Now, the first one is where you need to be located. If you are a retail shop, you need to be somewhere where there is foot traffic. It's no use finding a cheap little garage around the corner in a back street. If no one's going to drive past, no one's going to walk past, they're not going to see what you're selling. If you're a warehouse, you're going to need somewhere that's big. There may be other rules depending on the type of business you have as to where you can actually situate yourself. Restaurants and cafes need to be in areas that are approved to sell food. Loud businesses, manufacturing businesses have to be in industrial areas. So you need to have a think about that. So you need to think about where you need to be located. Then you need to think about how big are the size premises that you need, because that will then give you an idea of where you need to start searching. And once you've got that under control, then you can start looking at price. I know it sounds stupid that we're not looking at price first, but it's no use, as I said, having a really cheap, awesome little groovy hangout, but no one's actually coming to see you because no one's going to sell your product. So we're lucky at the Bookkeeper Hub. We're 100% online. We can operate from anywhere. Currently, our real home is the offices of HBA and Compass because that's where I seem to spend most of my time, but I can do just as much work from home or from the coffee club. It's up to me where I want to work from. My bookkeepers are virtual, meaning that they don't work out of my office. My VA is virtual, meaning that she doesn't work in my office. So they can be anywhere. I don't have to have a premises with a big floor space and lots of desks and servers and computers because we work cloud. The next thing to think about, and it kind of carries on from that, is what type of equipment are you going to need to run your business? If you're a manufacturing business, then you're going to need the tools and the manufacturing information, or the manufacturing stuff. I don't know, I'm not a manufacturer, but the machines and whatever it is to produce whatever it is you're going to produce. And you need to think about how much it's going to cost to buy these machines. Can you source them locally? Is there a lead time or lag time on actually getting them? Can you find second-hand ones? And that really then, once you know what type of equipment you need, that also affects your premises because it comes down to that calculation of the floor size. Then you need to think about staff. Do you need staff? Are you going to start yourself and just grow from one person and as you get bigger, put more staff on? Or do you need staff from day one to do what you need to do? Someone who owns a cafe can't run it all by themselves. They need to have staff from day one. You need a cook, a bottle washer, a waitress. And then you need to think about the busy times. So you need to think about what kind of staff you need, if there's qualifications, if there's training required, and what the lag time on that is. If someone's got to go and do some training courses to specifically be able to use your machinery, and it's going to take a 6-week course, then you know that you can't open your business for at least 6 weeks after you've put that person on. Or do you need to pay more to get someone who's got the skills and the qualifications or the experience already? Lots of things to think about. And then we talk about stock. Oh my God, stock. How much to carry? Can you order it on a just-in-time method, which means that as you need it, you can order it? When we've all heard of Amazon and drop shipping, that I can sell something to someone and then order it directly to their place. There's many different ways of doing things these days. You may not have to carry a massive amount of inventory. The question is, can you work smarter rather than harder? And then the last thing to think about before you go ahead is, are you selling on cash or are you selling on credit? Because all of this has an effect on your budget. If you're selling on cash, then as soon as you sell something, money's going to come in. You can pay your suppliers, pay your staff, pay your rent. Think a cafe. Or if you're selling on credit, it means that I do a job for you today, then I invoice you and I wait for however long my credit terms are, and then hope that you pay in those times. Or if you don't, then I've got to chase you. So we're going to talk about budgeting in the next couple of episodes, but you need to have a think about your customers. Are they paying cash or are they paying credit? Your stock and your supplies, are you paying cash or are you paying on credit? So lots of things to think about in the general operations of your business that you need to get in your mind and perhaps find some numbers, find some details about them before you can even start planning whether you've got a viable business or not. Our next episode is going to be all about business viability, and we're going to start delving down into budgets and the numbers things. Sorry, I'm an accountant and a bookkeeper. I have to mention it. Now, I'm not going a deep dive into budgeting 101, but what I'm making sure is that you have a business that is viable before you start spending money and opening your doors and getting into debt and everything else. You want to make sure that you've got a product that is viable, that is going to give you the return you need to live the life that you want to live. Okay, I'll talk to you next time. See ya.